Hello internet, Taliesin here, and today we are talking everything, because it's time to say goodbye to 2017, and with it fidget spinners, Salt Bay, man rompers, and police brutality, which we'll never have to worry about ever again, all thanks to Kendall. Thanks Kendall, thanks for sorting out all that police brutality, Kendall, seriously, you're the best. And actually we don't care about any of that, because 2017 has also been a massive year for our favoritist video game of them all, World of Warcraft. We've had 3 new raids, disco ships, a new planet to look at and visit, new adventures to get hyped about, old adventures to get hyped about, and more cinematics than you can shake a beautiful young angel prince who is somehow even more beautiful when he cries at. And to give this year in Azeroth the send-off it deserves, we've enlisted the help of 11 of our favourite World of Warcraft YouTubers and content creators who have all made new videos especially for this. So sit back, relax, and join us as we relive the good, the bad, and the banshee of 2017 with the World of Warcraft year in review, okay? Go, 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 go.
Hey, it's Soul. Not your show, Soul. Right, contribution. So, I'm gonna be talking about January. Wait, that means I'm going first. How come I'm going first? I think it's to get the garbage channel out of the way. Anyway, we celebrate January with the opening of the Nighthold raid, which is arguably, maybe the more balanced raid of Legion. With it finally came tier bonuses and sets, which looks the same, exact same as the stuff from last September. But the Nighthold was a fun romp of purple, exciting bosses, OP trinkets, and tentacle planets. Ooh. We even got our very first look at Argus, which looks pretty round. I guess that's, it's a good side. Right, and of course the return of
Tradechat.
The rockstar himself came back for one last 11-month-long tour.
Into the abyss.
Yeah, clearly death did not change him at all. And I guess that's it. Nothing else happened. Absolutely nothing else happened. Yeah, okay, yeah, cool. Alright, Breezy out.
February saw Russian guild Exorsus prove that their win in the Emerald Nightmare was no fluke and that they can handle difficult raids too by getting the world first kill on Mythic Gul'dan. It took them 250 pulls on a 16-minute fight, which sounds like a lot of work, but is child's play compared to the LFR version of this encounter, which is much, much harder than that. February was also the month that we gained the ability to exchange our WoW tokens into BattleNet balance, and for the first time, the gold you earned in-game had an actual legal real-world monetary value that you could use to buy actual real-life things. Basically, if they ever start putting food and accommodation on the BattleNet store, then you will be able to provide for yourself in actual real life by gold farming in WoW, but for now you just have to make do with being able to buy other Blizzard games, loot boxes, and Murloc onesies. Even those limitations didn't stop the WoW token prices flying through the roof with this news, until at one point, gold in World of Warcraft had a higher real-world value than the currency of Venezuela. February also saw the Flame Saber mount, and this little beauty is the kind of smoking hot puss that has no price, because to get it you had to play 15 games of Heroes of the Storm, which sounded easy until I played seriously like 1 game of Heroes of the Storm, and then I knew I would never ride the Primal Flame Saber mount.
Hello everyone! In March of 2017, we saw the release of the long-awaited Warcraft Chronicles Volume 2, with none other than Gul'dan shining on the cover. Our Volume 1 left us with a corrupted Guardian and Sargeras working on his plans for Azeroth. Volume 2 first goes way back in time to the moments where Sargeras offered a spot in the Legion for the Eredar. Those that have been playing the game recently, you might have seen a few of those that accepted this dark bargain. Well, Velen, he saw that teaming up with Sargeras in the Legion, that was a very bad idea. He took his people away and was on the run from that point on the run all the way to a little planet called Draenor. Warlords of Draenor, it showed us the alternate version of this world. The Burning Crusade, it showed it after its destruction, after it was already turned into Outland. But Chronicles, that tells us more about its early days. How was the planet in its early stages? Was there an old god in the world, maybe a Titan spirit? Who's responsible for bringing order to the world like the Titans had done to Azeroth? Spoiler alert, it was of course a Titan. Agrimar gave Draenor a fighting chance at life, and is responsible for the origin of some of the races that we know and love. Of course, Draenor would see some very hard times, with the Draenei crash landing on the planet, and the Legion manipulating events to see their annihilation. This then led into the invasion of Azeroth, Horde versus Alliance, and all the details as to how the nations came together to protect their planets. All of it can be found within Chronicles Volume 2. Volume 3 is set for March of next year with Tyrande on the cover, a year before we get some more juicy details, but I'm sure that it's going to be worth the wait. Taliesin and Evitel, and I really hope that I pronounce those names right, thank you so much for inviting me to be part of this year's wrap-up. It was an absolute pleasure to hang out with you a bit and share some beers. I hope next year is going to find you in good health and be as amazing and successful as 2017 was. Until next time, guys. See ya!
Oh, hello there. Thank you for tuning in. It's not just Taliesin who looks great when he suits up and doing his news bit. We at the Blue Recluse, we look great as well, even though we are hiding behind an audio podcast. We are here to talk about the month of March in 2017 and what happened, and let's start out with the first thing. The Broken Shore finally hit, which means that a new dungeon obviously got included as well, which is the Cathedral of Eternal Night. I think it's no wonder that this dungeon is got the nickname Cathedral of Eternal Nerves, because you couldn't just go in there and steamroll it the first time around, right? So that place definitely needed some nerves. But let's hope that flying was a little bit easier to achieve. Tom, here's your notes.
Whoa, thanks very much, Marty. Yeah, so on the agenda here we have flying, rep grinds, follower missions that don't show up, more flying. You know what? Flying? Who wants to hear about flying anymore?
Oh, cool, I got flying!
Oh, wow. What are you going to do next?
Probably level some alts.
Cool.
Yeah, cool.
Well done.
Thanks.
Hello everyone, 7.2 is here, and we are ready to embark on the biggest patch ever. Let's see what's in store for us with the quest. Quest number 1, slay 100 demons. Okay, we're probably ramping up from here. Obviously, introduction quest. Okay, number 2, gather 2,500 nether shards for Khadgar. Okay, he probably needs them to build some cool weapon or power up his staff or something. Oh wait, he only needs 1. Slay 100 demons? I thought we already did that. It's the same quest twice. Thank you, Blizz.
On one fine day in April, our favorite boy king picked up his father's sword in the middle of the Broken Shore. And everybody definitely didn't cry, and definitely not me. I didn't shed a tear. You're crying, I'm not crying, you're crying. Even outside the fact that our poor priest king couldn't equip the sword, this was definitely the most heartbreaking part of the Broken Shore campaign. Fight me, yes it is. Poor Anduin is given 0 time to properly grieve his father's death, and on top of that, they're making him roll paladin. I mean, come on, leave the kid alone. And ever since I've gone casual, all I really have is a storyline, and Anduin is my priest. He's my king, man. I'm not crying. You're crying. Fine, we're both crying. Leave me alone.
Alright, so they asked me to talk about this Mage Tower thing for the month of April. Well, when the Mage Tower went live, people got to see just how good they were at their class. Mage Tower challenges were akin to a solo mythic boss fight, with tons of mechanics and tons of ways to instantly die, and also a gear check on top of everything else. Needless to say, very few people actually managed to beat a Mage Tower challenge on the first week it was up, unless you were in Mythic Nighthold gear, or just happened to have an easy challenge. since some of them were way harder than others. Tanks by far had the hardest challenge, and everything else was just below that, with I think Assassin Rogues having the easiest one for their class or something, I don't remember. But what I do remember was my Disc challenge, a healing challenge having to perform a DPS challenge. All the other healing classes got to heal stuff, but no, Disc Priest had to fight 2 bosses at once and deal with ads. I mean, I still managed to beat it on the first week while undergeared, but it was not easy, and required me to constantly and purposefully leave my health below 35% to proc a damage boost talent, in a fight where you needed to be at full health to tank big shots constantly. I almost wish I can go in there again today with my gear 60 item levels higher and try it again. But sadly, you can only do it once. And since I spent so long on the Disc one, I totally lost all interest in trying it on different tunes. And I only really did it on my Shadow spec because you could cheese it with Surrender to Madness with high enough gear.
May was the official quiet month for WoW in 2017, where nothing much happened at all. Oh, except of course for the edge-of-the-seat white-knuckle thrill ride of the 7.2 Broken Shore storyline continuing, of course. And look, I know we all joke about the Legion Fall campaign and how redundant and lazy it was, but honestly, we were forced to eat our words in May, because out of nowhere, there was drama, excitement, thrilling gameplay, and the kind of deep, thoughtful character development which totally changes the way you think about storytelling in video. No, it was a shit show, obviously. Now, I'll tell you what, Maev, how about you go and kill 3 elite rares? I've got better things to do, like having a really long poo and finishing Infinite Jest. And while you're at it, tell Khadgar that he's gonna have to find 3 hidden worm-tongue chests himself, okay? Because honestly, I'd rather discover that I have a viral yeast infection than have to discover another one of those. You know, if there weren't class mounts at the end of this, there'd be serious trouble.
So, as we all know, breaching the tomb was heavily gated, but when we finally, and when I say finally, I mean on my knees begging Blizzard to stop dripping just a tiny drop of content at a time on the dry wasteland was my character's progression, finally got to finish the achievement, we got to start the quest lines for our very own class mounts. Some were excited for the tiny bit of lore gained, but the majority of players were obviously more focused on the looks of these mounts. Just to name a few examples, Hunter's got a winged feral druid, Paladin's got a, disappointingly, just another holy horse without wings. Walking, talking diamond mine Magni gave priests an owl, while mages. Well, what thought, what question sparked this idea over at Blizzard Entertainment? What's the current trend with the youth? And then this was conceived. A mount that could have easily been a certain prop in the YouTube rewind this year. I mean, the search word fidget spinner topped just before June. And which month did we get the class mounts in? That's right, stay woke. Stay woke. Fam. So, class mounts were overall a treat, a nice addition, and it wouldn't be long before we could ascend to the skies on our roided out Hedvigs and observe as a goddamn planet suddenly just appears in the night sky. Well, back then you had to finish the Tomb of Sargeras if you wanted to experience the 1,000-yard stare as the mythical, legendary Argus would hang ominously in the dark. The damn homeworld of the Legion itself. Most of the lore of Warcraft, from 1 to WoW, was set in motion from this desolate place. Up to this point, we only had our imaginations to carry us there. Now it was right above us like an eye, staring, piercing us with fear of the unknown, glowing green with the Legion's flame, ready to be the host for the next few months of mindless world quest farming. But, one thing. I have waited for more Draenei lore for so long, you don't seem to understand.
After many, many months dreaming about it, Argus finally became playable, at least for those of us who hate surprises. It would prove to be several months of me, and I hope at least a couple of other people mistakenly calling it the Broken Shore. To be fair, it is incredible how much 2 zones from completely different planets can look absolutely identical. I know, demons, but come on. As an entirely new continent, Argus became yet another attempt from Blizzard to recapture the magic of the Timeless Isle. We got buckets and buckets of rare mobs that were not the slightest bit rare. We got tons of new mounts and pets and toys, and forget about flying because fun happens on the floor. On the pet battle side of things, we got no fewer than 18 new pet bosses to dig into, ranging in difficulty from kill it with 2 buttons to bring your blood pressure medication because you're going to need it. To really show these off, they added a brand new family fighter achievement where if you figure out and complete 180 different family specific pet battle strategies, they'll give you a Marsoul recolor. That was a good one. The hot topic on Argus, of course, was the Netherlight Crucible, which people were varying levels of mad about depending on how confused they were. The design changed once or twice in the PTR, so the right course of action turned out to be wait and see and eventually have an add-on figure it out for you. The Crucible sparked a spirited discussion on how much RNG is too much RNG, does worrying about RNG make you a tryhard, and have arbitrary talent trees gone too far? We may never know.
July saw Mythic Tomb of Sargeras beaten at the end of its 3rd week by Method, after they finally got through the twin hell of Fallen Avatar and then Kil'Jaeden, which is kind of like the WoW equivalent of bashing your head up against a brick wall for a few days, only to then progress to bashing your head up against another thicker brick wall with rusty nails sticking out of it. It was hard. KJ's intergalactic disco ship not meeting its fiery demise for well over 600 pulls, which is just frankly ridiculous. There's literally nothing I've ever done 600 times in my life apart from use the same Bill Cosby joke with minimal word variations in different videos. This fight was long, punishing, typical of many in Tomb of Sargeras, but even more so. That, added to the fact that he doesn't drop any tier pieces or especially wonderful trinkets, means Kil'Jaeden will probably go down as one of the least killed Mythic raid bosses of recent times.
Hey Evitessence, hey Talial! Wait, that's not right. Oh well. You guys wanted me to talk about what happened at Gamescom in patch 7.3, so here I am. Because I went to Gamescom, I flew all the way to Germany, and I went to Gamescom to watch the conference from my laptop in a hotel room, because that's a normal way to interact with the world, if you're a YouTuber, that is. Anyways, lots of people thought that we would be going to Gamescom and getting a sweet expansion reveal, but in your face! Wait, I wanted the expansion reveal too. Let me rephrase. In all our faces, there was no expansion reveal. Instead, we got a sweet cinematic involving Illidan and Zira, and I don't want to spoil anything, but it confused me. I think I was the only person on Earth who did not realize that the light wasn't always good. I just thought the light was always good. Isn't that why it's called the light? I'm so confused. It turns out that Illidan was the good guy in that situation, or at least the lesser of two evils. At very minimum, he wasn't the bad guy. Internet, I've learned. Calm yourselves. While we did not find out any information about a new expansion, we did find out that 7.3 would be out soon. TM. Wait, no, actually it was soon. For once in Blizzard's life, it was soon. In fact, it was later on that month. And to celebrate, Blizzard threw a big party at PAX for the launch of the Shadows of Argus. Is that the name of the patch? The Shadows of Argus? Shit. Yeah, it is. Turns out it is. Yeah. Blizzard threw a big old party at PAX to celebrate the launch of 7.3, and it was pretty cool. I wore a dress and really tall heels, and I'm a really tall person to begin with, so adding really tall heels that's a really tall panzer. This probably is not what you guys wanted, but this is what you got. This is what you get for asking me to do things. You're welcome.
Hello Taliesin and Evitel, I am Dina from my generic YouTube name Dinaplays, and I'm going to talk about the amazing Unicorn Lucid Nightmare Riddle mount, which made the whole community, or not the whole community, but a lot of the community and the secret finding Discord go absolutely crazy. It also resulted in a few memes like have you checked under the chair and have you tried binary. So not only is Lucid Nightmare and an amazing unicorn, a purple unicorn, which the tooltip actually draws parallels to Yogg-Saron, but it also brought together tens of thousands of players together to try and crack the riddles and codes to gain this amazing mount. So we had to do everything from anagrams, find the next clue through lore knowledge and exploration, play an old god inspired Bejeweled game that was absolutely amazing and a lot of fun to do. Find anagrams that made sense in different languages, and then actually wear, and for some people farm, the transmog that was appropriate for this riddle. We had to translate binary in Gnomeregan to actually running through a Lostwood type of maze that seemed endless, hence the name actually being the Endless Halls. But at the end of the day, all the hard work paid off. We got our Lucid Nightmare mount, and it was an amazing experience to go through with so many people from the community, and most of us, if not all of us, can't wait for the next riddle to come out so we can work together as a team to crack the next one as well. And to end it all, I have some actual footage from the hunt when we were all on Discord in the Secret Finding Discord.
Shout out to anyone else who's still playing in Bejeweled. Let's go.
Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Automatic Jack. In the month of September, I was able to be a part of the Mythic Dungeon Invitational as one of the casters for the program. This was the first competitive PvE esports event that Blizzard had put on, and it encapsulated Mythic Dungeon racing between teams from all across the globe. What this entailed is multiple teams would be doing the exact same dungeon, the exact same affixes, the exact same level, at the same time racing against the clock to see who would be victorious. Most of the games were best of threes, with the finals going into a best of five format. Every single round would have a different affix combination, so the teams would be able to choose the next dungeon of their choice, bearing in mind that the next time they change dungeons, there would be another affix around the corner. This is an amazing event. It was an amazing opportunity to see PvE esports get center stage and be able to experience a tournament like this. So, and it also really brought out, you know, experiencing the wonder really that is Mythic Plus, of a system that we've been able to kind of experience throughout Legion that has been, you know, so easily scalable and easy to pick up and play just with your friends at any moment in time, with the possibility of getting really good rewards out of it. So, I had a blast being a part of it, hoping to see more in the future. It was wonderful, and it really made the month of September unforgettable for me.
October was fine, like really enjoyable, lots going on, loved it, and I think I speak for everyone when I say I was totally focused on October and not giving even the slightest bit of thought to November. Because yeah, fine, November was about to have BlizzCon and a new expansion reveal and just general WoW fun times, but why think about that when there's all of October to enjoy with... Okay, fine, let's skip straight to November then. BlizzCon. Now, obviously, the absolute best thing about BlizzCon 2017 was the fact that we met Ian and, like, totally touched him with our hands and stuff. But a close second was the World of Warcraft announcements that came with it, because there were plenty. A new expansion called Tiras, Zandalar, Bondage Jaina, Void Elves. Hang on, what are Void Elves? That's not a thing. You just totally made that up. Bondage Jaina for the Horde. Oh my god, I love the Horde. They are the best. Look at that. Oh no, wait, for the Alliance. Oh, he's so beautiful, especially when he cries. I love him. Greymane looks weird. I don't care. Sign me up. But it wasn't just the new stuff that we had to get excited about, though, because rather unexpectedly, it's possible that the biggest hype of all was saved for the old stuff.
Ladies and most gentlemen, MrGM here with the glorious task of talking to you all about the announcement of World of Warcraft Classic at BlizzCon 2017. So just like Taliesin and Evitel, I was in Anaheim on the show floor when they did this announcement, just to the left of the stage, and I couldn't really see anything at all. But like most people, I had no idea this was going to happen. And once J. Allen Brack hit the stage and started talking about ice cream, I thought it was going to be some shit joke about Ice Cream Citadel, or like Ice Crown becoming a new Time Walking raid or something, or just some lackluster toy announcement. But no, it was the big one, and once he said vanilla, the crowd erupted, and it was so loud in fact that you couldn't even hear Chromie talking at the beginning of the trailer. The trailer played and everyone was going nuts. The second biggest draw actually came from when the Barons was put back together, which is kind of weird. I guess everyone kind of misses the Barons chat or something, I don't know. Then the wonderful logo popped up and our prayers had finally been answered. But once the dust had settled and there was no announcement of release date or features, the Classic forums opened up and everyone was surprisingly nice and really friendly, and just nope, it was a shit show, obviously. I'm just so fucking hot in this shirt. I don't know how the hell he does it. So we have a post called Make Rank System Better, and we have a nice comment saying no changes, no crybaby handouts, except the fact that you probably won't get rank 14 and move on with your life. We have another post called Updated Graphics, with a simple answer saying no. Then we have another post saying LFR for Classic, and someone replied with a lovely reply saying Vanilla has LFR, it's called Guilds. Slight hint of sarcasm in that one. And honestly, I could post these crazy forum posts all day. Some of the posts in there are just absolute insanity, and I believe people just do it to just troll people, I think. And don't forget,
we know vanilla means vanilla.
But for now, we just wait. Wait for any sort of announcement of release, or how it's all going to work together. But at the moment, there are more questions than answers. I think it's a safe bet that we won't be seeing this until the content drought of Battle for Azeroth. So we're looking probably around 2019. But I have a feeling over the next year, we're going to slowly piece together how we're going to play on these official Blizzard legacy servers. Unless they fuck it up, then it's back to moaning about it, I guess.
December gave us the final raid of Legion, Antorus, the Burning Throne, and with it not only just essentially the end of the Legion expansion, but also of the Burning Legion itself, and maybe even the Titans too, bringing to a close arguably decades of storytelling leading up to the final defeat of Sargeras. And as well as giving us a raid that was richer in super important WoW lore than Martin Shkreli is of the suffering and pain of his fellow humans, it also gave us that cinematic. Bay?
Seat of the Pantheon. Hello, internet friends. My name is Bay, and we've just finally arrived at the seat of the Pantheon via the sudden teleportation magic that good old Crystal Buttbeard just must have leveled up while standing behind us and thusly not helping us in any of the encounters in all of Antorus, the Burning Throne. All right.
The hunter is nothing without the hunt. Did you not see this fate, prophet?
So hold on, let's take a quick moment to appreciate Illidan, Dadadin, whatever. You make your own fan fiction. This shit-eating grin that he does. Just take a moment, will you? Just appreciate that. Yeah. Yeah. All right, so the sword definitely changes sizes within these sequences here, but, you know, just let it happen, all right? If this isn't one of the single most epic moments in all of World of Warcraft history, then I just can't even. Although there's no damage to Azeroth because of his hand on the planet? Or his feet? No? All right. Seriously though, in conclusion, this exhale and sigh by Velen at the end of the trailer, the whole cinematic is just reflecting what the community, at least what I think in part, must feel. We've been with Illidan since Warcraft 3, which came out in 2002. That is 15 years ago. You feel old yet? And the sigh of relief, we just staved off the Legion. Illidan has fulfilled his scars, I mean his destiny. Now, a new chapter in Warcraft can begin. Also, there's a giant skyscraper-sized sword sticking out of our planet that may literally end all life because she is bleeding out the artifact power system version 2.0 all over the place. So it should be fine. Everything is fine.
Thank you for joining us today, and indeed, throughout the year. I had a lot of fun. Cheers. If you liked this episode, don't thank us, thank our patrons who give their actual real-life money to make this channel happen. Guys, without you, there would have been a lot less Taliesin and Evitel in 2017. Thank you. If you didn't like it, though, downvote the shit out of it. Remember, my name is SoulSoBreezy, the Blue Recluse, Snobble87, Hirumaredx, Proper Bird, Kakio, Hazelnutty Games, Tradechat, Dinaplays, Automatic Jack, MrGM, and Final Boss TV. No, my name is Taliesin. For me and Evitel. Until next time, cheerio.